I'm pretty sure you're going to be playing a mirror match in this format, though, right?
Most likely, yeah. But I mean, we're going to be building with Jace, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so we're doing a video here of something pretty different, and we actually did it once already, but the video got screwed up, so we're doing it again, making some minor adjustments. Sasha and I wanted to create our own format that was more skill-intensive and was less dependent on like variance, and you wouldn't really be able to say like, I missed my land drops, or I didn't draw the right cards, or anything like that. Like that just, we're trying to remove that part of the game by changing up the rules a little bit. So what we're doing is we're randoming 4 sets. The first one we did all the way, it was just all the sets that weren't modern. We just took 4 random sets and then what did we just, we just built a deck, right? We had an hour.
Yeah, we just got 4 random sets, had an hour to build a deck.
Yeah, we knew what the sets were. It was Cold Snap, 10th Edition, Zendikar, and Shadowmoor. And we played, and I played Valakut, and Sasha played Dark Depths, and we played Best of 7. And I think I beat you like 4-2, right?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
But your deck was still way better, but you blanked a couple times.
It was a pretty sweet combo deck.
It was a really cool deck. I mean, I don't know, maybe if we did play a lot, like, the Valakut deck was just too consistent, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know, my Fulminator may just help me quite a bit against Dark Depths. But anyways, so what we're doing is we're picking 4 random sets. We get an hour to deck build with those 4 sets, 60 card deck, 15 card sideboard. There are no bans whatsoever. What we're doing now is there's a zone that has a colorless land that we're calling a Haven land, and it has Shroud, and at any point in the game you can play one of those lands from it's kind of like in your commander in the commander zone. There's just a free colorless land with Shroud that comes into play on tap, and you can play that whenever you want. It counts as a land drop, and you'll see it once we start playing on Workstation. And if it dies for any reason, like it says like if you like deprive it back to your hand, or if it like leaves play, it's just exiled forever. We play Best of 7 to just kind of see who has the best deck, and then the way we do mulligans is very different. Instead of mulligan, drawing 7 and then you mulligan down to 6 and then 5, what you do is right in the beginning you pick 2 cards out of your deck, any 2 cards, and you both reveal them to each other, and so you can kind of see what they chose, and then you draw 5 cards, and you can mulligan those 5 cards to another 5 cards, and then if you want to mulligan that again, then you go to 4, and then to 4, and then to 3, and then to 3, and then to 2, and etc., etc. So it kind of like, you get there's like an extra mulligan at each step. And so you get to keep the 2 cards that you chose, and the 5 cards, generally 5. We didn't often mull to 4. But even the 4 mulls that I saw were like totally fine. Right, Sasha?
Yeah, I wasn't very unhappy. Like, the mulligan system was very generous.
Yeah, it was like you got a hand that was doing what your deck wanted to be doing in the opening cards, right? I think that's fair to say.
Yeah,
like
I decided deck to do, it didn't.
Exactly. Like, I never had a game that I like didn't have like turn 2 Cobra into like an Oracle Harrow type thing with Valakut, and same with you. Like, you had your Dark Depths, and you had a little trouble finding your Hex Mage sometimes, but
yeah, there wasn't enough tutors in the format for the Hex Mage, but the Dark Depths was super easy to get.
Yeah, but it was a very cool deck either way. So the mulligans are very different, and we're also changing it so if you're on the draw, you get in. We wanted to give an advantage to the people who are on the draw, because obviously they're at a pretty big disadvantage, because being on the play is just better. The person who's on the draw gets to scry 1 before they draw their first card. And it's just on the first turn, that's it, it's just a little bonus. And that rule was fine, it wasn't like overpowered. And then that was it, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, so the 4 sets that we chose for this time are M10, Innistrad, Worldwake, and Shards of Alara. So I'm going to be hanging up on Sasha shortly here. We're going to get an hour to deck build. You guys are going to be able to watch me deck build. And I'll just kind of explain what I'm thinking, what I'm doing, and then we'll play the match out, and you guys can watch that as well. Sound good, Sasha? Anything to throw in at the end there?
Yeah, just this is gonna be a very fun Jace mirror, I can assume.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely both playing with Jace, but let's do it.
Alright, good luck then.
Okay, so hung up on Sasha, and we're gonna go back to here. We're gonna do this. Get all of these cards. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use Gatherer. And we are going to do an advanced search, and I'm keeping this up over here. Divine Sculptor. So I'm going to build the deck over here. Hey, I actually have a foil Jace. And we're going to add 4 to the deck, because that is the card that we are playing with, no question. So, we are going to try to build the best Jace deck, because we have World Wake allowed, so we're going to go ahead and add Magic 2010, Innistrad, and World Wake, and Shards of Alara. Shards of Alara did not have many good blue cards, but if I remember correctly. So we're just going to go ahead and do a search. Look through every single card, and I'm just going to pull off the ones that look interesting to me. We're going to go to the visual spoiler, so it looks prettier. And, alright, let's do it. So, we don't really care about creatures in this format, because I don't think we're going to be winning with creatures, so... oh, we have the Tri-land, so that's Arcane Sanctum. That's good to be aware of. So let's add all the blue Tri-lands. So we have Seaside Citadel. And I'm just gonna get them in there. And then what's the last one? Grixis, the fucking, what's it called? Crumbling Necropolis. And add 4 to the sideboard. Alright, so those are some lands. I like to keep track of the land base. Ooh, Avenger of Zendikar. Yes, I like that card. Absence Pilgrim is interesting. I'd like to ramp. We have Explore in this format, I believe. Baneslayer, I don't really care. We have the Panoramas, the Charms, that's good to be aware of. Birds of Paradise, absolutely. Oh, we also... we're going to be adding 4 to the deck. I don't even care what kind they are. Birds of Paradise. We also have the Absence Pilgrim, which I already passed by, and I thought about putting him in there. You definitely should keep aware of your Mana Dorks, because Mana Dorks can make for very fast, overpowered decks. Blightning is a very good answer to Jace, so I'm actually going to keep this in mind. Even though normally I wouldn't be like building a Blightning deck right off, but this is something I'm going to keep in mind. If I can splash that card, I will. So if he plays Jace and tries to brainstorm, I have a very solid answer to it. Bajukabog. Going in the sideboard. If he wants to fuck with the graveyard at all, I'm going to start that with in my hand, because you get to start with a card in your hand in this format. Calcite Snapper. Cancel might be worth considering. I don't know what the counter spells are, but let's go ahead and just start keeping the counter spells off to the side so we can just be aware of them. Celestial Colonnade, fuck yeah. Love that. So this can go with the lands. I'm actually just going to pile these together, put the Colonnade together. Celestial Purge is a very good sideboard card, so we're going to add one of those to the sideboard. I'm going to go ahead and put sideboard cards over here on the far right. Blading, you can go up there. Okay. Chandra, no. Claustrophobia. Oh, we have the, what are the... Hinterland Harbor. I'm not going to be playing Clifftop Retreat. I'll just keep these right here because, those are some lands to keep in mind. Creeping Tar Pit. Yeah, that's a good answer to Jace. Put that there. So, I'm looking pretty Esper even just based on the lands right now. Cruel Ultimatum. Yup. If I want to go Grixis with Lightning, then Cruel Ultimatum is going to be the nuts.